All right. I feel like I'm doing the Matthew McConaughey intro way
look
too
at
much.
us. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm overdoing it. No more all right. Okay?
Forget it.
We're going to stop doing that. City Pigeons, episode 151.
That was from like 10 years ago. That was at Dallas Buyers Club or something?
No, dude. No.
Or was that Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
None of those?
That was Dazed and Confused.
All right. Was?
All right. Someone please correct me.
I thought that was from Dallas Buyers Club.
No. If that's not Dazed and Confused, I should lose my card for that. Please, someone tell me.
Let me be honest with you.
Wait. I get older. They stay the same.
Yeah, I know that quote.
All
right. You could be right. I probably only saw Dazed and Confused maybe once or twice.
If somebody's
probably 0 times sober.
Somebody tuning in early on the show, if you can find out if we're right about that. We can't like Google stuff while we do this. We can't multitask.
We can, but we'll be not talking, and
we got to lock in. We got to lock in because there's a lot of stuff going on.
It's really important, guys.
A lot of stuff. And I know you're probably looking at us. This is, by the way, City Pigeon Podcast. Jesse Rendell here with Mike Meach, my guy, my freaking ride or die. Don't get it twisted. Meach is the ride or die of the City Pigeons Podcast.
5 kids. I show up here every week. Like I ain't got shit to do.
It's crazy, man. Dude is about
for the love of the game. For the love of the game. I love this.
We appreciate it. Yeah. Now, we got a lot going on. We are told that Mr. Mark Goodhart is going to be joining us. We'll see where he's flying in.
We saved a seat for him or anyone else who'd like to join us.
If you want to come down.
We're next to Love City Brewery. If any third co-host wants to come down.
Yeah, just come right down.
Do it.
But, like I said, a lot going on here, Meech. It's March. There's madness. There's baseball action. And like we said last week, the World Baseball Classic is providing us with a wonderful break from what is usually a slog.
Thoroughly enjoyed the World Baseball Classic. It's got a
how many stars? 4.5 stars.
4 out of 4 stars. I loved every minute of it.
4 out of 4. Yeah. Who does a 4-star scale?
Like movies, don't they?
No, it's 5. It's 5 or 5 or 10.
I think.
Right.
I guess.
See, now we're at another impasse here. Look at us early.
Wasn't the source 4 mics? Or was that 5 mics?
You would know better than me about the source. I used to I would know alternative press. I don't know how many people are paying attention and understand.
Well, my scale is 4. 1 out of 4.
Okay,
it's nice. And
how
easy.
many
it's
mics?
A quarter.
4 mics out of 4.
Yeah,
for the World Baseball Classic.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Well, I think most people in Philly, can we agree, are watching the World Baseball Classic thinking solely, what does this mean for the Phillies? Do you agree with that statement?
Yes. I mean, you have to, because I remember the last one, the Mets closer Diaz got injured during it, and they lost him for the entire year.
And you're like, yes.
So you kind of just don't want your guys to get hurt or get embarrassed. And that's what almost happened with Harper up until that legendary at bat with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, which was kind of cool to watch. I mean,
you think
if like my entire house was going insane, like it was an October moment that we got in the middle of March, which is so weird.
Yeah. To me, that at that moment, I felt like we had won.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is interesting. And I want to ask you this question, right? Watching the World Baseball Classic for me, like I just referenced, I was really about, what does this mean for the Phillies? I'm trying to see how everybody's doing. What does this mean? Guys getting ready to go. We know the Harper elite thing has been hanging over him. He was doing awful up to this point. I'm thinking U.S. loses, Harper struggles. This is the worst thing ever for a guy. We just need to show that he is still top tier in the MLB, right? Yeah. And my biggest concern was that, and I don't think this would have happened, but that he would have started thinking about it because, you had the whole controversy with Dombrowski.
You couldn't help but not think about it. If he finished without that home, anything less than that game-tying homer would have came back to spring training as like, oh shit, you're done. Is your career done? Like, are you getting 12 homers this year, bro?
Yeah, it just would have been a terrible start to the season for him.
And at least this gives you some hope, because it's a long summer and we need the Phillies.
So here's my question to you, though, real quick. If you could go back, right, if you could change the outcome so that Bryce Harper does not hit the home run. Let's say maybe he gets the one hit. He goes 1 for 3, but the U.S. wins.
It's an interesting question.
Would you change it? And here's my question.
I wouldn't
before you
change
answer.
it. I would leave it just as it is and have Bryce Harper
and so
have that moment that he needed. He needed that just for himself.
And this begs the question to me.
In the long run, I don't give a shit about the U.S. winning it. Like, that's not what it's about. Like, it would have been nice, but I remember Shohei struck out Trout for the, in the final out for the last one, and it didn't kill me. It would have been nice, but you've seen how much it meant to Venezuela. First of all, my favorite pitcher when, I started doing fantasy baseball, like where you draft minor league guys, and the first minor league pitcher I drafted was Johan Santana. And
where are we going?
He was the pitching coach for Venezuela.
Right.
And he was my guy. Miguel Cabrera, he was crying.
So you're rooting for Venezuela anyway?
I wasn't rooting for them, but it's such a nice moment when a team like that wins. It's cool to watch. I don't think it would have meant as much to the U.S., but at the same time, I needed that Harper moment.
Look, he comes in. He's like, who got me the beer this week?
We got
There's
you,
beer,
Mark.
Okay. Again.
Come on.
Would you just get in here already? Okay. So I posed this question to Meech, and I'm going to pose it to Mark here as he arrives. Thank you. We appreciate your participation.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for wearing that name tag. You haven't been on in a few weeks.
Mark, coming from it, you can't see it. You can't see it.
Introduce yourself to the people. You haven't been on.
That's
in
true.
A while.
Yeah. Who are you? Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Keep the name tag on.
You have to speak into the microphone, though.
Sure.
I feel like you know that at this point.
No,
but see,
what do I have to do to see it? Do I go like this?
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's not jeopardize the program.
So my name is Mark G, and I'm allergic to stone fruits and tree nuts.
Beautiful.
Mark G in the place to be.
See, and I just accidentally muted the mic.
You went to Temple University.
Mark Goodart is with us. Mark, we are talking, as you might imagine, about the World Baseball Classic, and I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you could go back, my theory is that most Philadelphians were watching the World Baseball Classic solely thinking, what does this mean about the future of the Phillies and how the Phillies are going to do? And my question to you is, if you could go back and take away the home run that Harper hit, he goes 1 for 3, and we win, the U.S. wins, would you do it?
No.
I figured.
And I'll tell you why. Number one, half to 3/4 of me was rooting for the Dominican Republic in the semis and Venezuela in the finals.
Yeah, you're like an emotional guy. So
he's rooting for the South in the Civil War. He's rooting for Britain in the Revolutionary War.
Doesn't care about America at all.
Come on, dude.
I get it. Look,
these
down.
guys, they're all part of Major League Baseball. It's not like rooting for, I don't know what the analogy is, but they're all part. I mean, these are guys that you watch all the time, and it's hard not to appreciate, enjoy, and love the passion, not only of those teams, but of their fans.
Yeah.
And
they care. They really care.
They really care. And it's just inside them. And
they remind you of like soccer fans. It's almost like they don't even care if they know the rules or what's going on. They just flip the fuck out. Like it's really fun to watch.
And the other reason is, and I think I heard this when I was coming in, Harper needed that home run. We needed that home run.
That's what I'm saying.
Heading into the season.
You agree with us
and seeing how angry Schwarber was to lose, I really think that bodes well for the Phillies season. I mean, that dude was pissed off. And so,
he had a chance.
And you know what? Venezuela needs this more than the United States.
Yeah, with all the political stuff. I mean,
and I'm not saying that in a political way. I'm just saying that country needs this more than the United States. The United States wins at everything, supposedly.
We did just get the gold medal in hockky. So, I mean, this isn't that big a deal. But no.
And we beat Canada again. Yeah. So that's always
we beat Canada in the Olympics.
If you lose to Canada, that's
and we like kidnapped their president.
Right. Well, that's the thing. So real quick,
like a month ago,
to me, there's some interesting dynamics here. Obviously, the political situation with Venezuela, for them to come in, and even though baseball has become really like more of a Latin American game than anything, it's the game that we kind of started, right? It's American as apple pie. Is that what they say, or did I make that up? America's pastime, right? And the fact that
good old Abner Doubleday,
the fact that they like took baseball over and then came in America, beat America after America ousted their president. And to the extent that they wanted that or not, I'm not 100% sure. But either way, obviously an awesome moment for them. And by the way, American baseball players, you can't kind of decide like halfway through, oh man, these teams care about this. I care now. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. And I don't know. Listen, the executives, Major League Baseball, everyone's going to have to take they're going to have to take some time to think about what matters for the game of baseball. Because if I hear another thing about the teams holding guys back, pitch counts, when they can come in, when they can't, right? Like either we're going for this, we're going all in, we're going to show that baseball is America's game and we're going to play our hardest, or we're not, man. Like figure this out. It's lame to be in the middle. And so for those reasons, I have no problem rooting for Bryce, and having him get that homer is more important than the U.S. winning to me.
Yeah. How about when Bryce hit the bomb and he throws the bat up in the air?
That was almost dangerous.
And he's coming around the bases and he's fired up. It felt a little bit to me like he was like, oh, I got to do something cool because all these other guys are doing cool things. It felt a little unnatural. But even if it was natural,
did you see him look at
he went the wrong
Capital
side.
One sleeve?
He was like, not here.
Nah, not that. And then he pointed at the American. Like that was fun.
Part of it.
I like that though. Remember, when he did the Phillies thing, he did the Phillies. Cool. He cares about it.
Yeah, he's a showman. He panders to crowds.
Also heard he gave a great speech before the game compared to, I guess, Aaron Judge's speech, which was a little bit lame. I mean, you look at that guy. Is that guy,
he's like Frankenstein.
Yeah, like
bro.
it doesn't seem like the dude has a pulse. He should not be.
He's got bolts in his neck.
The emotional
he's
leader.
Barely human. Here's the biggest loser in the World Baseball Classic. Well, the runner-up and biggest loser is Mark DeRosa, the USA manager, who thought they clinched, said they clinched, and it didn't matter. And then last night he said they would have brought Mason Miller in if they had the lead.
Right.
You're the home team. If you have the lead, the game's over. You don't have to bring a pitcher in. You're stupid.
Can I say this is a tough one for me? And if you didn't notice, I am wearing my Penn sweatshirt tonight because University of Pennsylvania made it into the NCAA tournament
Power, bro.
For the first time in many years. TJ Power, a guy who used to play for Duke, actually. Came to Penn mostly because
he played for someone else besides Duke, right?
Virginia. I think it was Virginia. Yeah. So Freddie McCaffrey comes in. He comes in. Penn, here we go. We do not love our matchup against Illinois for anyone who
I like it.
Well, okay. My dad, who knows more about Penn basketball than you know in your little pinky right here.
That is true.
He told me they're 7 deep that can score 20 points, and it's the worst matchup.
The only thing
giving
me pause is your dad's analysis.
Yeah. So my dad loves Mark DeRosa, and I'll tell you why. My dad watches a lot of MLB Network. He watches all sorts of like podcasts. You guys know where Mark DeRosa played baseball? Yes.
Braves.
Before that.
Penn.
That's right.
Oh, right.
So he's a Penn guy. So my dad loves Mark DeRosa. And as this all goes down, I'm like, oh, this isn't great.
A Penn guy would be smarter than that.
The thing I got to be honest. On the one hand, I want to get my dad's back here. But on the other hand, I can't stand this guy. The way he talks, like this Jersey dude, he's clearly the dude who just says whatever he thinks. Right. He's not thinking about it at all. And that's getting him in trouble.
When he gets questions on it, just backtracks. I didn't mean that. I meant something else.
Yeah, but he's great. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show. He's amazing.
I will say, you bring up Mark DeRosa. I thought one of the coolest things of the World Baseball Classic was the coaching staffs. Like they're so random, but they're all like these ex-players. Like Andy Pettit, Jorge Posada,
Johan Santana
Cabrera's
is the
over
pitching
there
coach for Venezuela.
Right.
Well, I think he's also a pitching coach for the Mets too, if I'm not mistaken. But he was like
Sean Casey was in that U.S. dugout. I don't even know what he was doing, but
who Dusty Baker managed the one. I don't know, one of those.
No,
okay,
that's no. You don't have it.
Yeah, like I keep thinking of the Netherlands, but I know it wasn't the Netherlands. It was another. It was an awkward team. Didi Gregorius played for. I think I forget the name of the team.
Is he part Netherlanderlands?
Who knows? But can I get back to my biggest loser of the World Baseball Classic?
Absolutely,
by far, is Seattle Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh. He made a fucking fool of himself. I think he might have had one hit. He had 0 homers after he homered like 50 times, and he ignored a handshake from Randy Rosarina, and he ignored a fist bump from Josh Naylor, his other teammate, in that game.
So, by the way,
like that's just corny, man.
If you are the Mariners equivalent of me, and you're watching this to see what the impact is on your baseball team, you're like, this could not have gone worse. My team chemistry is destroyed.
For Team USA, like literally, he had at least 1 or 2 pass balls, and he didn't have any last year in the majors. Like, dude, you losered up, and you can't even like all the Dominican guys.
That's like lawyering up.
Yeah, you're losered up. All the Dominican guys are like hugging each other, doing a leapfrogging, whatever the fuck it takes, you know, just to have fun and say you enjoy each other's company. And he's Mr. Stone hard ass, like, no, I'm not shaking your hand, teammate. Like, you got to play with this dude for 162 games
starting tomorrow. Along those lines, I don't know if you saw the video of Bryce after the game. He went around and congratulated every Venezuelan player.
I love that.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really
I love that.
Really cool.
Okay, so I started thinking to myself, is it wrong in this instance? I'm sitting here going, I really care more about my city than my country. You know what I mean? Like, I care what happens in terms of what it means for my city, right?
Because that's like saying I care more about my family than my neighborhood.
Okay, so that's my question. That is my question.
Meesh, that is a A+ analogy.
How much do you think we as Philadelphians and the city collectively care more about our city than we do our country? Now, I know that sounds blasphemous to say, and I also know it's the World Baseball Classic, right? If this were the Olympics, would we be saying the same thing about Bryce? It would kind of depend on the timing, right? If we're in the middle of the Philly season and we're going to have a World Series run, it might be a tough decision. But is it blasphemous to say, I really kind of care more about my city than the country?
Absolutely not, because you saw how much people appreciated Christopher Sanchez playing for the Dominican Republic, and Dante Nori, who's getting sent back down to the minors, crushing shit for Italy, just because he's and they're not even from Philly, they're Phillies. You know what I mean? Like, these, if there was a guy from Philly, like in hockey, if Johnny Gradeau, you know, was still alive and played in that would have been really cool, because he's from like the Jersey. Even Mike Trout, we call him, you know, he's one of our own. But you know,
even Luzardo going in, I was rooting for him.
But Mike Trout isn't the same as
Ranger
a Phillies player. Yeah, seeing Ranger.
Wait, didn't Luzardo not play? Did he end up playing?
No, Luzardo pitched incredible in the World Baseball Classic.
I thought he didn't go. Anyway, it could be me. We've come through a couple.
I could be wrong.
We've come to a couple impasses. I thought he got criticized because he didn't go. Is he not Venezuelan? We got to figure this out.
We'll figure.
Anyway,
we'll go back to the lab on that one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I started thinking, is it okay to care more about your city? And then I had a totally rational thought. What if there was like a crazy Civil War type scenario where every city had to defend itself against every other city, and who would be like the top 5 cities that would, be able to outfight each other in an epic civil war where cities battle against each other? Now, I think it's hard for us to say that we wouldn't win the civil war of the cities because we're Philly. We know we have that dog in us, but I just want to have a conversation. We think like the top 5 teams, top 5 cities would be, who would be our biggest competition, why we might, be able to overtake certain cities. Does this make sense?
Did not pitch for Venezuela.
Thank you.
You know who I was thinking about?
But
Lorenzen. I meant,
by the way, good point on Luzardo,
oh.
and great job backing him up, even though he didn't play at all.
I meant Lorenzen.
Can we get back to the city Civil War thing? I think I have something here.
Philly wins, and it's because we put Kensington with the needles on the front line. Like
brilliant
in Braveheart.
And if they but here's my question: if they die, do they come back as like Walking
Zombies.
Dead or something like that?
Can
they expand?
Zombies.
Okay, beautiful. Well, here's the way I look at it.
I was thinking somewhere in Texas, because I've been watching this show.
Have more weapons.
I don't watch any TV, as you guys know.
Right.
I've been watching this show, The Hunting Wives, which is out of control.
Jesus, what are you watching, Mark?
See,
I really recommend it. But
all the women, more often.
all the women are walking around with guns in their purses. So I was like,
look,
that's pretty.
This is what I'm talking about. And Teef comes in. He's taking this serious. He says Chicago, Atlanta could be tough. Now, here's the thing. You got to immediately think New York and LA, right? They have strength in numbers, right? Yeah. Numbers is going to be a part of this. But at the same time, they have people are from everywhere. How many people? Listen, if this war occurs, hear me out, people will come home, right? All our peeps from LA they're coming home. They're coming home to Philly. Same thing in New York.
You think Will Smith's coming home to Philly?
Will Smith is going to be on the first spaceship out of here, dude. He's definitely not fighting anyone. So, you got to think about that. I don't think New York or LA, they don't have any of that unity. Chicago, to me, that's the number one. We got to worry about those guys. They'll be fueled by the sausage sandwiches, the Italian sausages
they have
or whatever.
No stamina.
That's
heart
a problem.
attacks. They can't chase after you. Yeah. You remember the old skit?
That's good. Who else do we have to look out for? I mean,
what about Boston? They just have like raging drunk Irishmen.
Atlanta might be a good competition.
Yeah.
I think they're underrated.
Philly and Atlanta could be a nice. Now, you got to talk about Houston as well, because Houston is a Texas town, and Houston's population just keeps like firing up. You know what I mean? So I think Houston, those guys get pissed off. They all got
including
weapons.
Guns. Then anyone in Texas is a threat.
Yeah. Now I'm just wondering, you guys think if something like that happens, like in Philly today, I feel like we're like, oh yeah, we love Philly, but at the same time, when you're out there, people are, they're pretty worried about themselves.
Philly's got
we come together for
ingenuity.
that?
Like we can figure shit out.
We're gonna come together.
We'll be very
Okay.
We'll be like what was that movie 300, where we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The bigger cities come against us.
Did you guys watch what
we'll
was it?
Corner them and push them off a cliff or something.
Did you watch The Last of Us? Have you guys seen that?
No, I saw the
That's
first.
I like
saw
that
the
show.
first season, and like a gay dude.
Whoa!
No.
Fine.
I mean, it was part of the plot.
Right.
Gay dude dug a hole in his yard and trapped another gay dude and made him his boyfriend. I was like, this is a weird show.
I have no comment on that, but let me just say.
And then they started a garden together, and they were.
You know what's funny? I actually know exactly what you're talking about.
Weird.
But Meech, I think the beauty of that was that because of, and it was kind of like the pandemic, you could have your own like oasis away from everyone else.
It reminded me of like a caveman when they would just hit a woman over the head with a club and drag her back to a cave and be like, "You're my woman."
The mind of Meech goes in so many directions.
It happened. What
happens in like the Jeffersons or something?
I mean, that's just what I assume would happen. That happened in like cartoons.
Well, that's
right?
what I mean. I was asking, is that what was going on in caveman era?
Look at this. Wait, Teef says, generally how I found my wife. Yeah, Trev. Yeah, that's not the truth. She would not. Oh boy.
Feeling it.
All right. So yeah, it just got me thinking, right? Yeah. Like we're so like country first. And then I was like, well, it's kind of like we kind of were more. And by the way, when the country started,
Jess, if I didn't know you better, I think you like smoked weed before tonight's episode, because this is a really out there topic for us.
But think about it. When the country started, and by the way, this is apropos commentary based on the fact that it's
I love it.
The semi-quincentennial.
Which I don't like that
it's not
name.
The sesquicentennial?
No,
semi-quincentennial. Like bicentennial rolls off.
Yeah,
like
gotta come up with a different name.
Semi-quincentennial is really bad.
Can you
I'm not going to remember that. I'm never going to say that again.
Okay. Is that a number?
But listen,
I'd rather just say 250th birthday of America.
Guys,
listen,
guys, real quick.
The name succinct and to the point.
The 250. How about that?
The name is the name. You can't change it. But I just want to say, I think
you can change it.
No, Mark, I think it's very patriotic of me in honor of the 250th birthday of our country to be thinking these deep thoughts, because our country, when it was founded, was a group of states, and more people cared more about their state than they did the actual federal
Aren't we a
government,
commonwealth?
Right?
We're not a state.
And so to care more about my city than my country feels somewhat patriotic. And to propose that we would win in a civil war of cities, I think is really showing me exploring what government is and should be
feels like I'm on
for
a
the people of America.
Trip.
And you are all welcome.
This feels like a stump.
You are all welcome for this. All right. So all in all, though, World Baseball Classic, thank you, because this is about the time when I get so sick of Philly spring training. Now, a question for you guys. Does anyone know what's going on in Philly spring training? I think the only thing I know is Alec Bohm is hitting.
Garcia hit his first home. He went 4 for 4 yesterday, but it was his first homer of the spring.
Boom.
Like, he's got to wake the fuck up.
I know we have another
Sounds like he
PED
is.
suspension.
Yeah.
But
Rojas.
In addition to Rojas?
No.
Like, how does the WBC find out about his steroid abuse like 3 weeks before MLB announces it? Like, that's pretty weird. Right?
Also, like, if he wasn't taking
and then they let him play in
hitting,
spring training.
What would his average be if he wasn't taking steroids?
It's a really good question.
Well, that's what makes me think like steroids really isn't that big a deal.
Well, here's the good news. Okay. And before we close out the World Baseball Classic, I want to send a shout out to a couple more people. Aaron Nola. Listen, buddy,
bring it.
We believe in you.
He helped out the U.S. team more than most of the players on the U.S. team helped out the US team.
Awesome. The Italy thing, the espresso shots. We loved it. Nola, come on, man. We need a vintage season out of you. Also, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, have you been watching Dante Nori at all?
Yeah.
Dante Nori, who was a first-round pick of the Phillies a couple years ago, made all first team.
Did you not hear me mention?
Did you mention
earlier?
him? Yeah. Nah, I was probably looking at my phone. That happens, dude. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff. Anyway, Dante Nori, hopefully he'll come up.
He got sent to the minors as a thank you for coming back.
That's a bad thing you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't make the team.
Well, maybe he'll. They noted it, right? Dombrowski's noting that for sure.
Did you see Manny Ramirez's kid go hit those bombs? That was awesome.
All in all, it was cool. And now the good news is there's only a week left before we start friggin' the regular season. Can't believe it's 40 degrees outside.
Does anyone like what's his name? Who does the little guy who does the on-field interviews?
Ken Rosenthal.
Ken Rosenthal. Does anyone like him?
Okay.
I'm watching Twitter and obviously nobody likes him.
I'm not talking
he
about
doesn't
Twitter.
bother. Look,
I'm just saying like
normal
people.
Here's me in general. I don't mean to interrupt or anything.
No, you're not.
Here's in general.
I'm scared.
I don't really listen to those guys. They're not saying anything. They're just part of the broadcast team.
Yeah.
I don't care what they have to say. And I'm not offended if they don't ask the most critical questions because they'll just get blown off anyway mid-game. Instead of being rude to them, he just asks some general. It's fine. It's stupid. It's how these broadcasts are.
I agree with you in that I don't really care that much
There's
about
no
the
point to them,
broadcasters. People
but-
get all pissed off. Oh, this guy's terrible. He's on it. And I don't really. I'd rather just pay attention to the game. Every once in a while, I will say they were interviewing the Venezuelan coach, and he was like breaking down. He's like, "Well, he's doing exactly what we thought. His splitter." I'm like, "Man, he's really giving them more information. We don't typically do this in the U.S." So anyway, who cares? I mean, I think our society is prone to not like him because he wears a freaking bow tie and he's like 4 feet tall. I think that doesn't help him when it comes to sports and dudes and people thinking he's cool.
There's some
cool contrast.
There's some that bring.
There you go. Craig Sager-ish.
Yes, I always like Craig
R.I.P.
Sager. You know what was cool? And I don't mean to get into a broadcasting thing.
Let's do it.
But props to Dickie V was back announcing.
Yo,
last
I
night.
heard Dickie V.
And he was on with Barkley.
Love it.
And they were fantastic last night, and it was a great game. And so I just take a moment to give props to Dickie V because he's the freaking man, and he's been through a lot.
Love that guy.
And he was amazing last night.
I was about to do impersonation, then I was like, what if it goes terribly wrong? So I didn't do it. But man, love him. I love people like that have carved out their own kind of.
He's one of those guys. I always say there will never be another.
Yeah,
he is one of those.
That's right. That is true. Anyway, all right. That's the WBC through the eyes of the Phillies fan. And what we agreed is that we care more about Philadelphia than the United States. So I'm glad that we settled that. And if there's civil war, we're going to win.
Man.
Beautiful. All right. Quick transition. You guys know what I was doing before I got all this set up?
On a piece of cardboard?
No. I was locked in to the Joe DeCamara versus Jack Fritz basketball game.
Dude, Fritz should be fired. He
Listen,
should not be able
can I say something real quick
ever again. How do you lose to Joe DeCamara in a sporting event? Not once, not twice, but 3 different occasions.
Sadly, I have so many thoughts about this. And as I'm watching this and I'm locked in and the basketball quality is so poor, my son, who's 13 years old.
Did DeCamara take any dribbles or did he just shoot from the top of the key?
Was it on TV?
Yeah, I watched it
on YouTube.
Yeah,
broadcast live on YouTube.
So look, here's the thing. I
caught
feel
a couple highlights, but every highlight was just the camera taking the check and not moving and just shooting a 3-pointer from the top. And he made them, but that's not wasn't a game of basketball.
I don't think we can spend too much time on this because there's a certain amount of people that are like either what the hell are you talking about or I do not care.
18,000 people.
Already spent enough time.
18,000 people were on the YouTube channel watching it. So obviously,
all right, that makes me feel better about it. For me, I love this kind of stuff because I love the way the personalities going back. I'm more into that, like the jokes and say
I
what
was
you
into
will.
it. Like
Joe
I was
DeCamara
into the shit talking.
Plays the part of Joe DeCamara as good as you can play it. He's hysterical. He was hysterical after he won. Now here's my theory, and this is going to be, and I'm sure there's other people who have said this, but here's the one thing I know, right? Spike Eskin is a maniacal internet content creator genius. Like he's always thinking, what's the best way to get content? What's the best way to draw this out? I would not be surprised, despite the fact that he has, dragged Joe DeCamara under the bus and he's whatever.
Don't tell me you think he told Fritz to throw the game.
I think that this outcome was part of his plan. Now, the only thing that makes me think that's not the case is that
that's like some David Stern freezing the.
I'm just telling you.
Note
listen,
for the Knicks to pick
Spike
Patrick Ewing
is
type shit.
like that. Spike is like, listen, we don't have the Eagles.
Listen, it's not crazy.
This is what we're gonna do. By the way, they waited so long to do this so that they could rev it back up after the Eagles were over to create more content. Sure, Joe was injured. I'm telling you, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we think.
And I do agree that Jack Fritz would honestly do whatever Spike asked him to do.
There's no doubt. I feel like, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but he's happy to be there for sure. The only thing that gives me pause on that theory is that Jack Fritz just so openly acted like he was done with this and didn't want to do it. That kind of, I thought that was sad a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, he was just like, oh, I'm just happy it's over. And I'm just like, man, how are you going to go out like that over and over? And by the way, here's the thing. We knew the camera could only shoot maybe.
Yeah.
Right. He started off airball a bunch of shots. Fritz was giving him space. Like, you know, he can't drive. How the hell are you giving this guy space?
Zero chance he could blow by you.
Yeah,
don't give him an inch.
Were basketball, tennis, and
it started with golf where Jack choked miserably. Then it was
he lost like 6 strokes on the last hole on putting. Just like,
so I feel like a loser going into depth on this. I mean, some people care, some people don't.
Tennis, right?
There was golf, there was baseball, which Jack won because he pitched in college.
Bless you.
If you could not sneeze, it would be great. It's just unprofessional. Then there was tennis, and there was a running race.
So professional.
Anyway,
they played one-on-one baseball.
Yeah, like Jack pitched to him to see if he could get hits or something. And the whole thing. I mean,
I think Jack played college baseball.
He did. He played Bloomsburg, I think, or something.
Sticky.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, they got a lot out of it, and God bless them. It was funny, and everybody got involved. DK was all in the mix on it, and it was good. But
dude, they got Mark Zumoff, Joey Crawford, the ref.
Joey Crawford, the ref.
Oh, did they?
They got Fran Dunphy,
and they were great.
The color
that's
man.
awesome.
Like, it was
Joey Crawford's the man. I have a great.
It was a big event.
Story that I'm not going to tell.
That's great.
You know, I used to play poker with Joe Crawford.
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, sounds like you both have stories that you can't tell.
He lived in Ocean City in the house above me.
No way.
Yeah.
He's
by the playground?
He's a South End guy.
South End Slayer. Let's go. Well, I've gotten to know Fran Dunphy a ton over the years, most like early on when I was young in the 90s, because we were always around for Penn. But then he's part of this group that comes over to my dad's to eat lunch every month. He's the man, dude. This guy is so he would do it. Those guys are amazing. Any of these guys would do anything. Him, Barkan, they're the best. And they were great. I mean, the Barkan and not Barkan, Dumpf and Zumoff on the call. They didn't really know, what they were talking about really, but they did a good job. And it was a really
I just like to hear
event.
Zumoff's voice after being subjected.
Look, now Trevor is trying to lure us into a trap. He says, speaking of blowing off, what up with Taryn Hatcher reporting? Now there's just I'm not even gonna go close to that.
Listen, what do we know about that?
I know that am I supposed to, is that public knowledge? I think it is. I'm not gonna comment. It's not worth it.
She's doing bowling now, I see.
Bowling. Wow.
Really?
Okay.
Like the PBA?
Something like that.
Trev, hit me up. I'll tell you what I know and see if it intrigues you at all. I'm not going to do anything more than that.
Don't share
Trevor's
it with the city pigeon.
I don't want to get in trouble. All right.
Trevor, call him now so he has to say it and the microphone will pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So things that are going on in addition to the World Baseball Classic, we have March Madness. And, I think for me, I'm just a fan of things that people get excited about and, kind of gather together for. So the first couple of days of March Madness, that's like a holiday, whether you care or not, I think. But as I get older, it seems like less exciting. I want to ask you guys, like, how excited are you about this? The annual brackets and the whole thing?
I don't think it has anything to do with how old I'm getting. I think it has more to do with how
he's going transfer portal, isn't he?
Not just transfer portal, how
NIL.
How nobody stays in college. Right. There's no continuity. I don't know who's on what team. There's a dude on Kansas, Darren Peterson, who I know is like the number one recruit, and he doesn't even play in most of the games. Like he takes himself out in the middle of the third quarter just because he's hit his limit. No, he does.
It's in his contract.
Like he tells Bill Self, like, yo, take me out. And he does. And Bill Self is a respected college coach who doesn't have to put up with this shit. But
well, you know, it's funny. I was watching.
It's just it's so weird. So I'll constantly just root for the lower seed now,
right?
But they're not going to win as much because
I'm with you.
These older teams, it's not just the transfer, but they get like 28-year-old dudes on their team who have like a year of eligibility left. They're like grown friggin' men with 3 kids, and like, how are you going to compete with these guys? It's corny to me. I mean, but I'll still watch March Madness and put a bracket pool in Fink's bracket pool.
Go ahead. You know, growing up, I loved when I was like, 12, 13, I loved Kentucky. It's only really there's 2 reasons really.
Jamal Mashburn.
That's the one. And Rex Chapman. You know what I mean? And like, actually Mashburn's on the call for some of the, like the halftime. Yeah. Which is great.
Wearing like a sweatshirt.
Yeah. And like, people love Michigan because of Jalen Rose and, whatever. And I guess they weren't there that long either. But anyway, point is, you don't really have that. You got got the guy on BYU, right? AJ, but how can anyone say?
Dimbiesky.
Yeah, but he'll be gone, right?
No, he may stay because he's could get paid more next year by BYU than he would make in the NBA. He says
do you know? Stay. Speaking of little intricacies of people moving around, Brett Brown's son, Sam Brown, played at Penn.
Yep.
He is now at Davidson, right? So even the guys that are not, everybody's moving around.
Sam Brown belongs at Davidson.
TJ Power, he also scores 40 points for Penn.
He also played at Lower Marion and practiced at Lincoln High School when my son Joey was practicing.
Wow.
And I used to see
That's a nice nugget.
So
nice
I agree with everything that you guys are saying, especially you, Meech. I agree with all of it. I say this all the time to people, I went to every Temple game for like 30 years. By the time these guys left, like when I was a kid, I felt like they were like my idols and my big brother. When I got older, I felt like they were like my sons. It's a totally different era. And I watch very little day-to-day college basketball. I went to 1 Temple game this year, which is like, I'm embarrassed.
That's blasphemous
by that.
For you, buddy.
But I will say when the tournament starts, because all these players are now concentrated at 20 to 25 schools, the quality of the games from like the Sweet 16 on last year was amazing.
We didn't even tell him to take the opposite stance, and he did it.
No, it's not opposite. I agree, but when the tournament
it's a good
starts,
counterpoint.
It sort of all goes out the window, and you learn who some of the guys are, and you pick up that Cinderella, and then the cream rises to the crop, and like the Duke Houston final game was like an amazing basketball game.
And it's always fun basketball to watch. It's always because it's for the school. Like it used to be for the school. Now you could say they get a little more incentive to play, but it's still technically like a lot of these guys aren't going to go on after this. This is their final hurrah. They're never playing basketball of any organized level after this, and this is all they got. So that it's that's what makes it cool to watch. Nothing's wrong with the March Madness. I mean, no, it's always going to be incredible. But
what do you think about?
You include that Penn Yale?
But I agree. I'm just not
Madness,
as interested.
It's amazing
in individual teams as I used to be. Well, that's what I'm saying.
That for some teams like Penn, just making the tournament is fantastic. So the conference tournament, if you really like basketball, starting with the conference tournament week and through, there's always something going on.
The Texas NC State game last night, 11 seeds. Chances
I actually don't know what happened. What happened?
Texas won, but chances are that team will lose in the next round. Although maybe not, because these first 4 teams that move on win sometimes.
Well,
but it was an amazing game. I don't know if you saw the guy hits the shot with 1 second left. You would love this, Meech, if you didn't see it. The assistant coach from Texas runs on the court as if the game is over. Sean Miller.
He wanted to fight him.
He wanted to fight him because it could have been a technical foul.
It should have been.
It should have been.
There was the guy videoing it. The guy videoed and the crowd's going, technical. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, we're watching the play-in game, 2 16s.
It's going to be Prairie View's A&M's first trip to the tournament.
There's a lot of game left, Meech. They're only up by, 7 points there?
If they
hold on. We're rooting for Lehigh, obviously, Meech. Come on, man. Jeez.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
As our buddy the other night would say, the fighting CJ McCollums.
There you go. Now, what do you guys think? I saw there's some debate online about whether you should do just one bracket. You see Halliburton said pick one bracket and stand on it.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
I think.
How many are you going to do?
I'll do one, but I used
Just
to do,
Finkies?
yeah, just Finks.
Finkies.
But I used to do like 2 or 3. I remember the one year. I probably said this on this podcast before, but no one cares. No one cares.
There's been 151
or remembers.
Yeah, definitely.
But the one year when it was Mike Miller versus Mateen Cleaves, Florida, Michigan State in the finals. I had one bracket that I put in with my dad. He was a jeweler on Sansom Street, so it was the Jewelers Row bracket, and I had Florida in that. And then I put one in with my work. I was working at an insurance company on 16th and Cherry, and I had Michigan State in that. And either one that I won was going to be huge. Like I ended up winning the Jewelers Row one because Florida won, and my dad got a big trophy and acted like he made the picks. It was pretty cool.
That's great.
Yeah, and
some dude was walking around that whole 2 weeks on Sansom Street with a big wad of cash, just waiting to pay it out.
It was coming directly to me, but I split it with my dad because he put me up.
You're a good son.
He's a good dad.
My son has tremendous luck with this kind of stuff. He's already won a bunch.
But that was the last bracket that I've won, and what was that, like fucking 1990 something?
Yeah,
probably.
It's kind of like you in the what's it called, the playoff, John.
It was actually 2001 because Michigan State beat Temple in the Elite Eight to get into the final.
It's good memory.
Yeah.
No one cares. It's a good memory. Thank you for that. So Fink is I want everybody to know there's nothing wrong with Fink. Okay. Does not have any issues. There's nothing you need to worry about. He's just busy right now. Now he does have a March Madness pool going that he's promoting heavily, but
he doesn't have AIDS.
It's fine.
I mean, I know that's the rumor going around. Everyone was saying
started
that.
with it last week. It was Nancy Guthrie's mom, and this week with the AIDS. I just
day 97 of the Nancy Guthrie search. I'm still looking. Before I got here, I was looking all over for underneath the bridges. I was looking for Nancy Guthrie. Nothing.
You need
no sign of.
Nancy the truth is,
Guthrie.
You need Meech, whether you like it or not, because no one wants to hear my down the middle of the road stuff. He comes in with comments like that, and that's why people.
No, I'm
enjoy
honest.
City
I'm
Pitches
honest to God looking for Nancy.
Search
for Nancy.
I know you're looking for Nancy.
Hashtag.
I know you are, and that's noble. It's a noble endeavor.
Search for Nancy.
Savannah is very. We're making light of this, and it's inappropriate, and I'm going to cut it off right now before we get any further. So
seriously though, do you think there's a chance she's in Philly?
Yeah. I've heard
Meech is on the case. Yeah, he's on the case. Well, what I know is this: I will fill out multiple brackets, and then I'll try to scientifically figure out how to balance them out by not picking the same teams, and then they both ultimately end up suffering from that. So that's probably a stupid way to do it. But look, you're talking one of the pools that we're in is $20 to get in, one's $40 to get in. So it's not like I'm going to lose the house. So we're just going to have fun with it. Now I will get angry. This is an annual rite of passage as I watch the first day and I forget how many games there are, right? But I'm like 10-10 or something, and my whole thing is torched, and I just want to light it on fire.
The best feeling in the world is that Thursday 12:00 game. If it's like a 13 versus 4 game, and you pick the 13 seed that wins, and it's like first one I got. There's no better feeling than that. I picked Prairie View A&M, so fuck all y'all.
Yeah, who was it that you had a couple years ago that you remember?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, you were big on somebody and they did well, and I was backing you up. But there's also,
how does it feel when you put Illinois over Penn? I always had a problem. I would pick Temple would be 11 seed. I'd pick them to win it all, and of course I'm out on day one. And everyone's like, "You're a moron." Well, I'd be we can win this game.
Anybody that you don't have advancing through the first weekend, it doesn't matter who you have picked winning the first game. Who gives a
That's
shit?
true. That's not really how the pool is won.
Right.
The worst thing is though when you have that 14-2, 15-1 day, and then you get the Friday and you're cooking, then all of a sudden it all just goes terrible. Yeah.
Are you gonna pick Penn?
And then one of your final 4 teams loses in the first weekend?
As always, I have not gotten around to it. I've got to get these in tomorrow morning. I probably won't.
I haven't started yet either.
What's the upside in picking Penn, right? Penn, as much as I love Penn, the likelihood of them going a couple rounds is so slim that.
And also, when you're in a Philadelphia pool, more people will pick 10 just because.
I bet they won't. We'll see. We'll have to find out from Finke what's going on, what the people are doing. I would invite people to join, but apparently he wants to keep it a little bit, like,
no, I think he won it.
Friends and family.
Really? I sent it to a bunch of people.
Did you? No.
I don't know if
people
I
sent it to a few of my.
If you can vouch for him. All right.
Cool. I don't want to pay for them. Is that what you mean by vouch for them?
Before we get into the miscellaneous section of the program,
can we talk about the Eagles real quick?
I was just gonna. That's where I was headed. Meech, you read my mind. We got to talk about it.
I heard. I was listening to WIP today, and I heard Elliott Shore-Parks, and there's a pretty interesting thing that he said.
This is like a WIP. They should be paying us for the promotion we're giving them. It's ridiculous.
I was listening to 97.5.
I would be remiss if I tried to pass this off as one of my own original thoughts.
Yeah, that's good.
I had no idea.
Give the attribution.
So, in the past 4 years, the third wide receiver for the Eagles has made like next to nothing, right?
Financially.
Huh? Jahan Dotson, and I forget who it was before that.
Watkins. Quez Watkins.
Yeah, Quez Watkins. So this year, the Eagles are just signed Hollywood Brown, who's not such a great receiver, but they signed him to an $8.5 million contract.
Yeah, right. That's more than Dallas Goedert's making, isn't it?
Right, and it's more than all 4 contracts years of the third receiver for the Eagles combined.
Why would they do that
for the past 4 years?
Oh, does that mean he's the number 2?
It means he's the number 2 receiver.
No.
Which I thought it was a very good point. Like the Eagles don't allocate that kind of money to a wide receiver 3. They just don't. Especially when you're not a young guy with upside. He's a veteran who's basically he's an average receiver.
My fantasy football self knows him because I had him a couple years ago.
He's average.
He was boomer bust, but he is definitely not a second receiver.
But
and him and Devontae, no.
There's no reason.
Well, it means we're going to go wide receiver in the draft too, maybe.
Which they might, but is that guy an automatic WR2?
No, not at all. But he's a money. But his money is a WR3.
Guys, but can I stop you for a second? No one says WR. You can't just make sure. Oh, WR. No one says that, right? So
I guess so.
Why sounds
ridiculous?
Just sounds ridiculous.
So it means AJ Brown is, in my opinion,
gone,
and in ESP's opinion, which
I
agree with.
Well, why don't we get another receiver back for him? More importantly than that,
you want a WRFA. Like a wide receiver for you.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you're probably, Howie's probably like, you got a WR,
a WRD, a WR in the draft.
What about a WRPB?
Oh my gosh.
What about a W?
What about WD-40? When you need to just
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Guys, more important than the signing of Hollywood Brown is the signing of one Andy Dalton, or the trade or whatever. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, the
red rifle.
Yeah. Does that mean, in my mind, when I saw that, I was thinking one thing, which is they're going to trade frickin'. What's the dude's name? Tanner McKee.
We don't know his name anymore after
Tanner
he played.
McKee has zero value.
Dude, we should never have played him in that game. That game, anyone who watched that game was like, damn. And people were legit being like, they're going to Tanner. Before that game, they're going to Tanner.
Yeah. What's worse is 2 weeks before that game, people were calling for him to start.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
it's like, wow.
So you had to play him and show.
Way better in the third quarter of the preseason Jets game.
Honestly. That was so bad. I've never seen a more immobile quarterback in my life. That was bad.
But I just thought that was a good point by ESP.
That's scary.
I mean, they don't pay the third wide receiver like that.
That's scary. By the way, I love that we got really lucky with the tight end situation. Okay, you got the guy who can block, right?
Muncie.
Calcaterra is solid for that second guy, and you get Goddard back. I feel bad for Goddard. I mean, what's this guy got to do to get a good contract? I think sadly, even though he scored all those touchdowns, he's the kind of guy when he moves, he looks slow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, look at Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz was never fast. He just could find that little spot. It's kind of like me when I play on football on Sundays. Anybody knows. You just find that little spot. Boom. Good hands. You're good. So got Dallas Goedert back for barely anything, really. That's good. So that's going to be a guy that Jalen trusts. And
they're also
like, about that.
You had 13 touchdowns. If we take away the shovel pass, you had 2.
Right. Love the shovel pass. The shovel pass has been a staple.
All of his touchdowns are within, which is a valuable way to be. Like
red
you could be
zone,
a big
baby.
target within 5 or 10 yards of the end zone. That's huge.
Yeah.
It's not to be taken lightly.
All right. I'm excited to go into the miscellaneous portion of the program.
Miscellaneous.
In my
quiz.
notes,
There's
it
like a
says
quiz.
miscellaneous. Okay. And I wanted to bring something.
Is this the speed round?
No, it's not speed round. Although I would like to do a speed round. I want to bring. I like to, anytime I experience something that's enjoyable, I like to bring it to the attention of the good people. And if you're like me, you probably balance the dynamic of your wife and the shows that she likes, stuff you like. You get kind of sucked into some of the stuff she likes. You feel kind of lame about it, but you just kind of go with it. One show that we've been watching, have you ever watch Alone?
No.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Okay. Alone is like a survival show. The one we watch, these guys get dropped into the Arctic Circle. They get like 10 things. So they have like, sleeping bags and stuff, but they got
Is it real?
Yeah, it's real. I mean, I think so. They're ice fishing. The one guy kills a moose. Sorry if I'm spoiling this. That is a game changer.
I saw 2 moose when I was skiing last
Moose
week.
eye.
They're called meese, plural.
I saw 2 meese when I was skiing last week.
Yo, there's clips where the moose runs onto the trail and chases, like runs with the skiers.
We were on the lift, thankfully.
Yo.
I don't think it was jumping up.
Anyway, Alone is fun. But you've probably seen Love is Blind, right? Have you guys watched Love is Blind before?
I have.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, he knows. He knows. All right. So Love is Blind. Everybody knows Love is Blind.
I've watched The Hunting Wives.
Do you know the premise of Love is Blind?
I don't.
All right. So it's a bunch of people and they only
gouge each other's eyes out and they see if they're attracted to each other.
No, they have to talk to each other through like a wall essentially for a while. And then they like fall in love without seeing each other. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, there's all these spin-offs of this, okay? And they're all dumb, but
you're not talking about Age of Attraction, are you? Did you?
I am.
Oh, dude, this is my favorite show on planet Earth.
You know what's hilarious?
I wasn't even going to ask you if you wanted to talk about this because it is so. I watched 4 more episodes today.
But
I was gonna click on that, and I clicked on The Hunting Wives instead.
It's the funniest show I've ever seen in my life.
Here is what you do, okay? And this is a great exercise with your wife. You'll get a lot. It'll be a super fun thing to do. Get yourself some drinks, some popcorn, whatever.
What are you
Sit down.
a lot of.
You're watching a show with your wife.
Oh, okay.
Mark,
I've guessed,
what happens beyond
I guessed everyone's age within 2 years.
Okay, so this is it. You watch, okay? And let me back up. The premise of this show is that there's a bunch of people and they don't know each other's ages, and there are a decent amount
it's like
of
a speed dating
gaps.
thing.
Yeah, so they have to choose each other, and then what happens is they, start to fall in love, whatever, and then eventually they have to choose each other, and then they sit with each other and they reveal their ages to each other. And so the game is you get there with your spouse and you try to predict what the people's ages are. And let me tell you, it is not as easy as you would think.
It was simple for me.
Yeah, me too. It's great at predicting ages.
No, there's
It's
context clues throughout the episode where they like tell you, like
they have kids or whatever,
or they reveal like
I graduated college 4 years ago.
Yo, but I'm not even lying. There was one instance where would I spoil it if I said?
You won't spoil anything because in the grand scheme of things, nobody gives a fuck about this show.
All right. So
the only guy was the old
60-year-old
black guy. No, I knew he was the dude who was with Pfeiffer.
Wait, hold up.
I didn't
wait, don't say the names. Now you're really spoiling it. The female,
I don't
hold
like
on. The female is like,
it's not.
She's like,
spoiling
I'm
anything.
26, and he's like, oh, and he's like, I'm 60. It's so good.
I guessed he was 56.
Nah.
He had like a great beard.
His skin, like he had the neck. I mean,
like
it was
he
all,
didn't have like the hair was like matted down
rough.
to cover all the little. He was in good shape for a 60-year-old, but dude,
the funny thing is,
like he was
wait,
trying to.
My
play
son
off
is
like
in the
he was young.
background, and we're like, oh, how old do you think that guy is? He's like, oh, he looks old, man. He's probably 36, and I'm like, yo,
that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't mean to throw shade on myself, and I think.
Oh, we love that,
I think
though.
my neck
Please
looks-
throw
I
shade.
think my neck looks
Yeah,
pretty good.
I could use a little. Can you get in there?
My neck looks pretty good, but I have noticed.
Did you
when I
watch the
put
whole
on
season?
dress
Hold
shirts
on.
now, I get like a little bit of the
The
neck
gobbler?
thing, a little bit, and it's sort of pissing me off.
You can, dude. It's easy. You go in there. They just take a little.
No. It's called aging, man.
I know,
It's
I'm
cool.
not a
Meech is
fan.
at peace with it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm at the point where like
I just get
I'm
a
at the
little bit-
I think I'm at the heaviest I've ever been.
The chubby asshole. Fan.
And I'm just like, do I like scale it back or
Just keep going
do
with
I
it?
do I just accept that this is my final form? Like, I don't metabolize like
Oh
I
my
used
gosh.
to.
Where's
I'm
Sue?
not as active as
Can
I
we call
used to
Sue?
be.
Can we call Sue on this?
Well, listen, I've talked to her.
Lifeline.
I talked to her about it.
I hope she says, "I love you no matter what, buddy."
She does. But
good.
it's a really tough time. Like,
Oh.
right now, I might start exercising soon, but
He
I also
said,
might not.
He said,
like,
"Should I accept that this is my final form?"
which it's a valid question
Oh,
that every
dude.
man must ask himself after he's got 5 kids and he's approaching
Guess what?
50.
Guess what?
You know?
It is no longer your final form. You know why? GLP-1s. By the way,
See, I would never do
okay,
that.
listen.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm
wouldn't
crying
do
here. I
that
barely
shit.
can look. Look. I started like honestly getting back in the gym or whatever, and I lost a couple
You look
pounds.
great.
But no, come on, stop. It took a couple months. You know what I mean? To
Right.
lose a couple pounds and to start to feel good. And I'm like, you know how messed up
So
it is.
much easier
No.
to gain a couple.
You know how messed up it
than
is?
lose a couple.
That's for sure.
I'd just rather eat wings.
You know how messed up it is for people who are walking around who have like earned it, and people are going because like anybody who looks good now, they're like, oh, that's GLP-1. You know what I mean? They're on the Wegovy or whatever,
Absolutely.
and they might have actually busted their ass. It's just not fair.
Right.
So when all those people have the long-term effects of having the GLP-1s, the people that actually earned it or accepted their final form, like Meech,
But
will be all
let me
good.
let me tell you
Final form is a
my
great
favorite
is.
part about this show is first of all, it's
Age of attraction
I'm going back to
breakdown.
Age of Attraction, right?
Yeah,
What do you
please
think
do.
this show
Yeah,
is
I did
City
too. I
Pigeons?
thought
No,
you
no,
were
no,
on our show.
no, not
Age of
this
Attraction.
this show that we were previously talking about. It's all it does, like there was people who were similar in age who had attractions who went, but they don't follow them afterwards. They only follow the people with a giant age gap.
Yes,
which is
obviously,
hilarious.
Yes,
So the
similar people are like, we nailed it.
every woman is like an emotional friggin' mess, man. Like they've either been cheated on or they're way too old and they have a young boyfriend and they're so self-conscious about it. And it's crazy. And the dudes are so fucking weird. Like the one guy has the worst vocal fry I've ever seen. You know what vocal fry is?
No.
I do not.
When guys talk like this and like they think they're so chill and it's just like it's not their real voice.
Okay,
And
vocal
it's
fry.
just-
I like it.
So
Wow.
the bar
We've
owner,
learned
dude.
vocal fry and final form.
He has a lot of
No,
knowledge.
vocal fry is a common thing.
Is that
Like-
an Urban Dictionary
Like
thing?
the
Oh my
the
God.
I know Jesse knows who I'm talking about. It's the dude who's dating the 22-year-old, that Libby chick who's a bar owner. And he
Truth be told,
he talks.
I didn't
like
get too deep in this, but I'm going to go back to
Dude,
it now.
you
and look
gotta
for
watch it.
I will.
Like,
My wife was watching
Dude,
it
the last
earlier.
4 episodes came out today, and I watched them before while I was working.
Yo, who could have planned this out?
Like it's
So good.
the most incredible show I've ever
Oh
seen
my
in my
gosh.
life. And
This is thrilling.
the best part was there was a lady, she's like 49 years old and she's dating a dude who's like 26, right? And she's like they didn't have any connection, and she's like, I just want to, she's talking to her girlfriend, she's like, I just want to bang this guy, you know, and whatever. So they have that night they have the the microphones on them, but not the cameras, you know. And he's just like,
Easy.
Dude, he busts in like 2 minutes.
Hey,
And she's like,
come on, Mitch.
I mean, that's I could say this on
Yeah.
terrestrial radio. And she's like, it's okay. It's like everything will be all right. And
I'm
just
sure
like,
that was a thrilling experience with the age gap.
I'm just like, dude, this guy must want to jump. And he's like, I've never had any bad reviews. Like it was the corniest thing I've ever listened to.
I can't comment on
if I was
any
this
of
guy,
that.
I'd kill the producers who.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
What the
Well, listen, you
God.
are welcome, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
am
Age
gonna
of
watch it.
Attraction on
I'm gonna watch
Netflix.
it.
It's the worst
Yeah.
show ever made. Watch it.
I am gonna watch it, but I
Unbelievable.
want you guys to watch The Hunting Wives between now and when we meet again.
All right.
Does it
It
have
sounds-
as many cool things like this?
Try.
It's got some
Does it
cool
have
We have to-
premature?
I
Does
have
it
to
have
watch 4
premature
episodes.
busting and vocal fry?
I have to watch 4 episodes of Age of Attraction, man. I don't even
Sounds
do
like you're
that.
gonna do it tonight.
Okay.
And then the final episode isn't coming on until next Wednesday. I'm fucking in a state of panic.
What are you gonna do? All right, listen. I believe
I need to
though-
know what happens with Pfeiffer and Derek.
Beautiful. I love this. Okay, before we go though, you did say that you had to knock it off. Did we cover it?
We didn't cover it.
All right, well, let's finish
Do you
with
want to
that.
get into
Yeah, I
it?
do. I'm never going to turn down a knock it off. The
Yeah.
knock it off is a segment that I've been dying to have Meech resurrect. He's done it a couple times. He never wants to do it, but he said he had a good one tonight.
This one's close
So
to my
I
heart.
think
and
let's go.
today I've had like I just had enough of it. Today's knock it off, or this year's knock it. This might be the only knock it off of the year, and it's really appropriate.
please.
We're only
no.
in March.
It doesn't fucking matter.
It's the knock it off of the first quarter.
Have you guys ever been stuck in traffic on like 95 or where you pass a car and they have that little sticker on there? It says, "Please be patient, new driver." It's really popular now. And the only time I've ever seen this before is when you had a student driver and they would have the thing on the top of the car, like a cab or a Domino's pizza delivery driver, where it said, and you could easily avoid this.
Let me guess, it was an older person.
And it never asked me to please be patient. And it said student driver. So you were alerted that, yo, there's a fucking idiot on the road, like in a
lesson.
They're not an effing idiot. They're just new to driving.
A learning
that
idiot.
they might just hit you.
So now there's this new breed of people who get stickers on their car that say, "Please be patient, new driver." All right.
They get it for like their kids.
I don't give a shit who they get it for, because the minute you tell me to please be patient, I'm already losing my patience. Like, you don't request that from me. You can't say please be patient without telling me what's going on. And once I see new driver, I'm like, first of all, listen, man, do you have no confidence in yourself? Or do you have no pride in yourself, man?
Well, it's not the driver. It's usually the parent or somebody like that.
I don't care. I don't care who it is. No. If you don't have enough confidence to get in a 2-ton automobile and drive around town without a sticker on the back telling other drivers to be patient because you're an idiot
on I-95,
then practice more before. Then how did you get your license? The reason you get your license is because you can drive. It's not so you can tell other drivers on the road to please be patient. Oof. Now here's when
I beg to differ. And I'll tell you why after.
Here's when I blew my fucking stack, right? I'm driving home from work today and I see the please be patient sticker. And there's a window down. A dude is smoking a cigarette out the window on a please be patient with his phone in his other hand like this. And he's telling me to be patient. Yo, I honked my window at this guy and I was like, yo, dude, get off your phone. Like, I'm not even going to tell him about his please be patient sticker, but like he's doing everything wrong in a car and telling me to be patient. I don't have time for this, man.
Well, that sounds like a dad driving the car that maybe the kid, you know what I mean? That's a tough situation for the dad. Maybe he takes it down.
Do these people take
it's a magnet? It's not even a sticker.
Do they take it this far? Like when they went to buy their car, did they wear a shirt that says, "Please be patient. I've never bought a car. Please don't rip me off"? Like, do they just promote how weak and
you're right? These are some of the weaker people out there.
And shitty they are.
Yeah.
Like, why promote that you can't drive? Just pretend. What happened to acting? Like, I remember I had a fake ID when I was 17 years old, and I'd go into beer distributors and I wouldn't get carded because I just went in with fucking confidence,
bravado.
Like I belong there. And if they
how they used to make them,
they used to make like people used to have pride in what they do. They wouldn't put a sticker on that said, "Hey, please be patient with me. I suck at this."
You had a sticker that was like, "I'm a badass driver," even though I started.
I wouldn't put a fucking sticker on my car that said anything. Number one,
right?
Like.
Maybe like Wu-Tang.
My wife has a one of those magnets on her car with my son's high school on it, and I get mad at that. I'm like, what if we go to another high school and we're playing them in basketball and we beat them and they hate us and they see the little and they pop our tires just because we're from an opposite school. I said, why promote anything on your stupid car?
You're right.
It's dumb.
Today, for example, and I swear this was today, you made me think about this. I saw a sticker that says "Show me your kitties," and I've become more of a cat lover, so I thought it was kind of cute. But I also
so you pulled over at a stoplight and showed her your cats.
Well, the funny thing is, I thought I saw like a rugged looking dude driving, and I was like, "Is he driving his his wife's car?" Actually, I will say, if Trevor is still with us, his mom has been driving around with a sticker that says "A woman's place is on a horse" for like the last 40 years, as far as I can remember.
Do you really think that they were talking about cats?
Mark, I do. I believe in the good nature of the people, and I think they wanted to genuinely have them. They wanted me to show them my cats.
You don't think that was a play on words?
No. Well, it was, yes, but they want me to show them my kitties if I have them.
But nobody drives around with cats. Cats hate cars.
Yeah, that's true. My cat has to be in the cage with the blanket over
Mark,
it. Anyway,
you said you disagreed with my so I want to hear why you are for
a rebuttal.
Please be patient.
A rebuttal
new
from
driver stickers on
Mark
a car.
G, Stone
No.
Fruit, and Tree
What
Nuts.
I disagree
Speaking
with,
of soft, listen, he has a name tag that has his allergies on it. This is definitely the kind of guy that's driving around with a "Be patient"
That's
sign.
why I can't have
ridiculous.
peanuts on an airplane.
It's shocking you disagree. Go ahead.
I did not create that. It was on there. But no, I agree with everything you said, other than that people had to like accomplish something to get their driver's license. When my daughter took her driving test, they now take them in Mini Coopers. Talk about soft. Okay, that is not real driving.
I mean,
when I took my
that's a
driving
cheat
test,
code.
I took it in my dad's like
Bro.
40-year-old Lincoln that was a boat, and I had to parallel park the thing.
Yeah.
She took it in a Mini Cooper.
Well, I'll be honest. I took my driver
So there is
test
no
in
bar
a
to
Geo
pass.
Storm just because I knew it would be the easiest to parallel park.
Well, there
That's
you
a
go.
cheat code. That's what
Beautiful.
people do. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine to get away with that. But when you're on the road,
But it doesn't mean you're
with
skilled.
other human beings who
Wait.
are also on the road,
Okay.
and you have that sticker
I think
on your
we beat
car.
this. I think we've
No,
done pretty
no.
good. I just had a thought though. I'm looking at the March Madness, and I just Meech. You know how? Remember that time when you had the tickets to the concert, but you forgot about the concert?
Yes,
So I actually
that was a Clips concert.
I'm in a
too.
weird position right now where I've already paid for my entry into these March Madness pools, but I haven't done the bracket. And I'm like, what if I forgot to do the bracket? I got to do this tomorrow. Do not let me forget.
That's kind of like every year that I join Meech's playoff pool.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
And you
always
forget to send your
forget to
flex
send my
picks in
stuff
after
in.
week one.
It's awful.
Always
Flexes.
forget.
All right, listen. That was good. That was a good hour and 6 minutes. I think there was a
God
lot of really interesting stuff in there.
Mhm.
Philly versus everybody, what have you. I should have called
Pop
this
culture.
episode Philly versus everybody. Damn it.
You know, those people
Um,
with those stickers should not
no, I
be
didn't
allowed
mean
in
for
our
us to go
Civil
back to
War.
the
They
stickers.
shouldn't be allowed in
Oh.
our Civil War.
Oh yeah, they would be ousted immediately, or
What do you
their
mean?
child.
No, they're front line. They're the first.
Just
to
get
die.
killed
Yeah,
first.
just
Okay.
die for it.
Rather than putting them in the
Yeah.
back because we don't want them fighting, just
Be like, yo,
sacrifice.
guys, patient, bad drivers in the front. You'll be
No,
fine.
you know,
You'll
like
be
the
fine,
draft
guys.
dodgers, they'd go like to the shore or something. You know what I mean? They wouldn't want to be a part of this while the rest of us are
No,
rolling up
they're
our
too,
sleeves.
they're too nervous to do anything else.
I feel like we established a lot. We covered a lot of ground, and another landmark episode for the City Pigeons podcast. If you've made it to this time, we appreciate you. Thank you. Tell a friend,
Trev.
tell your mom,
Trev.
and maybe like and subscribe. I don't know. I don't know how this whole thing works. I
If
don't.
you're still watching,
Yeah, I don't know how we did
at
this.
me, I'll Venmo you $5 just for being
Yo, did
a
you
really
hear that?
cool guy.
Did you hear that?
Didn't we say?
Listen.
Didn't Fink say at one point?
Wait.
If we got to a certain
Okay.
number of people, he was gonna like get a tattoo on his ass or something.
All right, hold up. I don't understand how this whole thing works, but it says there's 283 people watching. So if there are 283 people watching right now and they all heard that,
Yeah,
that's
it could
a
cost me
lot
over
of money,
$1,000
dude.
but whatever, man.
Okay. Hey, here we are.
I'm getting a new car on Saturday. I got cash to spend.
cool. Well,
Are you
it's-
gonna wear one of those stickers? I've never
Yo,
bought a
you
car.
should- no, you get a. This is too funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody have a great. We're gonna be off next week.
New car. Please don't get near
Don't
it.
scratch my new car.
Don't scratch my new car, please.
I'm going out of town, so there's not gonna be any show next week. And by the time we come
Please,
back,
Yeah, when
Phillies
someone tells me,
season's gonna be
"Please
started."
patient,"
By the time we come back,
man,
we will have gone to a Phillies game
man,
together.
that's right. Let's go
Yes.
fighting. Are we gonna do an episode from the parking lot?
might as well.
All right.
It won't be aired, but we'll do it.
Either
anyway.
that or
See
we
what
won't,
happens.
we won't tape it. We'll just do it.
No, we did it last time. We did it. It worked.
It's got to be live.
It's gotta be live. We did it live. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Have a great week. We love you.
Peace and love.
Dun-dun.